Going down the list of the undrafted free agents for the Detroit Lions have to be some of the most interesting things that I've done leading up to the draft. We get consumed with the first round, second round, and third round mocks and who's going to go in the first round, mock after mock after mock. And I tell you what, looking at the undrafted rookie free agents and seeing these guys' story, and that there are people that exist outside of the first and second round, outside of the seventh round NFL draft. And some of these undrafted cats are even more valuable than even a fourth or fifth round pick. So with that being said, this is one last one I wanted to do to end Sunday, the day after the draft. And that is wide receiver Chase Cota. Now, shout out to my guy, Detroit Lions Powerhouse, a newer channel when it comes to Detroit Lions content. Make sure you guys check it out if you also want a different take and daily Detroit Lions content. But this receiver here is very intriguing because he seems like that he is a Dan Campbell type of guy. Let's take a look at Chase Cota, his production for the 2022 season. He had 30 receptions for 497 yards, 3 TDs. This is coming from thedraftnetwork.com for an average of 13.8 yards per catch. That is almost 14 yards. Taking a look at the prospect summary, it says, a 4-star recruit by all major recruiting publications in 2018. Father was an NFL vet with the Panthers, Colts, Rams, and Saints. Transferred to father's alma mater, Oregon, in 2021 after 4 years at UCLA. His system that he is best utilized is spread. 2022 projected role, a backup X receiver with special team value. And we know that you have to have special team value when it comes to the Detroit Lions. That's a surefire way that you can make this team. But let's look at his pros and his cons. Pros: Chase Cota comes to Oregon with plenty of experience in the Pac-12. A 4-year contributor for UCLA, Cota has a lot to like as a successful X-receiver at the college level. He flashes a good ability to get vertical as he has above average long speed once his strides get going. I noticed that while watching some of his highlights. He is a built-to-speed receiver who has a long stride and can separate vertically against slower defensive backs. He has a good catch radius and displays good hands overall. He is good with the ball in his hands and runs hard, breaking tackles and fighting for extra yards. An above-average route runner. Cota is a good technician, and it shows that he is a son of an NFL player. Cota is tough as nails and is an excellent blocker. Those are two things that can get this man on this team to at least crack the practice squad. I expect him to be a very good special teams player as a kick coverage guy at the next level. And that's what I was thinking as well. One of those gunners, man. When I saw him running, he's got his legs are super long. And when I saw him running, I was like, he looks like he could really, really be on the gunner side of things. Now let's take a look at his cons. Chase Cota is a linear athlete who struggles to sink in and get in and out of breaks. He is best on routes that work on a straight track, and he doesn't create separation in and out of breaks. He has little quickness to his game and only separates once he is able to open his stride, as he is long-legged. That's what I said. He got it's like his lower half is much longer than the top half. We continue. He lacks change of direction and elusiveness in the open field and is generally easy to defend as long as you don't allow him to get vertical. He's a player who has good technique and heart, but just lacks the overall athleticism to succeed at the next level. I'll say this. I think this guy here has potential. We've been saying that a lot about the potential of these players. What did you see here? You saw Dan Campbell type of guy. It's a lot of people on our team who are not the best at their position, but they find a way to make the team, and we found a way to win with guys just like Chase last year. Now, here is the situation when it comes to Chase, though, when we look at our wide receiver room currently. And this here is very intriguing because this is a situation where he is probably going to be fighting for spot number 6. We usually keep 6 wide receivers. And let me see if I can blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it a wee bit better. Now, we're going to start with the Maurice Alexander. This is the USFL guy that we called him up from the practice squad. Trinity Benson, Stanley Berryhill, he's going to be on suspension along with Jamison Williams. Antoine Green, our 7th round draft pick. Marvin Jones Jr., Tom Kennedy, Khalif Raymond, Josh Reynolds, St. Brown, and Jamison Williams, who's also going to be suspended for 6 games. Here's what's interesting about this. The Detroit Lions will probably keep 6 active receivers. We have Jamison, St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, and Marvin Jones Jr. Okay? There is a possibility that Antoine doesn't make the team. Tom Kennedy, Stanley Berryhill, Trinity Benson, Maurice Alexander. So where is Cota going to fit in? There's only probably going to be one more spot number 6, and he will have to beat out Tom Kennedy, Trinity Benson, Maurice Alexander, Antoine Green in order to secure that 6th spot, and Tom Kennedy as well, if I didn't say him. He's going to have to beat those guys out. Now, again, you have the practice squad that guys could go on, and it might be time that Tom Kennedy makes another roster. Every time we cut him, we keep on going. Nobody picks him up, which I don't know if we go into 2023 and somebody in the 31 other teams decides not to pick up Tom Kennedy. I think every time we cut him, I think he's going to be picked up and he comes back to the Detroit Lions. But I noticed after half the season, we didn't put him back on that practice squad anymore. So Cota, it's going to be, it looks like 5 guys: Tom Kennedy, Antoine Green, Berryhill, Trinity Benson, Maurice Alexander, and Cota. What is that, 6 guys? 6 guys fighting for one spot. So maybe this guy has a place on special teams. That is a surefire way, as I've been saying all undrafted series long. That is the way you make this team if you are not in the starting rotation. You got to impress on special teams. We know from HBO Hard Knocks, our coach love special teams. So let me know this kid, man, he's got all the heart. He got super long legs, man, but he's got all the heart. He ran the fastest time at Oregon's Pro Day a little while ago this year. So check out his highlights. Tell me what you think, and tell me how likely do you think that Chase Cota will crack the roster. I'm not sure if he will, seeing as who he's going to deal, who he's up against. But at the same time, you have Jamison Williams that is suspended for 6 games. So that's going to create a spot right there. Maybe between him and Antoine Green, they could fill those length roles that we need, because this dude got some height on him as well. So we never know. And then when Jamison comes back, either we have to cut him or push him to the practice squad. So we'll see. 3 videos into the undrafted series, and I am very intrigued by the rest of these undrafted players, because their stories are just as interesting, if not more interesting, than the people that were drafted. Thank you guys again for 10K. We are pushing right along to 11K. So consider subscribing to the YouTube channel and ringing that notification bell for push notifications of every single video. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.